and her words to the audience cheerful. It couldn't have been something she'd done, could it? No, not her fault this time. Someone else is facing Dad's wrath tonight, she thought. The next song's opening electronic beats kicked in. Eyes closed, head tilted back, and arms up, her voice pushed out the song's highest note, despite the fuzziness of the vodka making the vibrato a little harder to sustain. For a few seconds, nothing existed except the sound of her voice and the music behind it. No handlers, no tour, no audience, no record company, no father telling her the next way she'd earn the family fortune. And it almost made the whole thing worth it. Her eyes opened, body coiled for the middle-eights dance routine, but the brightness of the house lights threw her off the beat. The drummer and keyboard player stopped, though the pre-recorded backing track continued for a few more seconds before leaving an echo chamber. No applause. No eyes looked Mojo's way. Only random yelling and an undecipherable buzzsaw of backstage clamor from her in-ear monitors. She stood, frozen, unable to tell if this was from laced vodka or if it was actually unfolding. People, adults and children, parents and daughters, scrambling to the exits, climbing over chairs and tripping on stairs, ushers pushing back at the masses before some turned and ran as well. Someone grabbed her shoulder and jerked back hard.
"We have to go,"
said the voice behind her. "What's going on?" she asked, allowing the hands to push her toward the stage exit. Stephen, her huge 40-something bodyguard, took her by the arm and helped her down the short staircase to the backstage area.
"The flu spread,"
he said.
"A government quarantine. There's some sort of lockdown on travel. The busing starts tonight. First come, first serve. I think everyone's trying to get home or get there. I can't reach your father. Cell phones are jammed up."
They worked their way through the concrete hallways and industrial lighting of the backstage area, people crossing in a mad scramble left and right. Mojo clutched onto her bottle of vodka, both hands to her chest as Stephen ushered her onward. People collapsed in front of her, crying, tripping on their own anxieties, and Stephen shoved her around them, apologizing all the way. Something draped over her shoulders, and it took her a moment to realize that he'd put a thick parka around her. She chuckled at the thought of her sparkly halter top and leather pants wrapped in a down parka that smelled like B.O., but Stephen kept pushing her forward, forward until they hit a set of double doors. The doors flew open, but rather than the arena's quiet loading area from a few hours ago, Mojo saw a thick wall of people, all ages and all colors in a current of movement, pushing back and forth.
"I've got your dad on the line,"
Stephen yelled over the din.
"His car is that way. He wants to get to the airport now. Same thing's happening back home."
His arms stretched out over her head.
"That way! Go!"
They moved as a pair, Stephen yelling,
"Excuse me!"
over and over until the crowd became too dense to overcome. In front of her, a woman with wisps of gray woven into black hair trembled on her knees. Even with the racket around them, Mojo heard her cry.
"This is the end! This is the end!"
The end. People had been making cracks about the end of the world since the flu changed from online rumors to this big thing that everyone talked about all the time. But she'd always figured the end meant a giant pit opening, Satan ushering everyone down a staircase to hell. Not stuck outside Madison Square Garden.
"Hey!"
Stephen yelled, arms spread out to clear a path through the traffic jam of bodies.
"This way!"
Mojo looked at the sobbing woman in front of her, then at Stephen. Somewhere farther down the road, her father sat in a car and waited. She could feel his pull, an invisible tether that never let her get too far away.
"The end! The end!"
the sobbing woman repeated, pausing Mojo in her tracks. But where to go? Every direction just pointed at more chaos, people scrambling with a panic that had...